Hi guys, my name is Sherry, also known as Kammy is my motivation, and welcome to my very first YouTube video. If you followed me over here from my TikTok or my Instagram channel, thank you. If you just clicked on the video to see what this little old lady is all about, welcome. For the most part, I do dramatic transitions. If you're not sure what that means, go check me out on my other platforms, scroll through some videos, and if it seems like something you might like or be interested in, while you're over there, give me a like, a follow, and a comment. But make sure you come back over here to YouTube, because over here, I'm going to do my best to recreate some of those looks. Because a lot of my followers are like, that's not her, that's her daughter. No, that's her sister. Or some of them just like, how did you do that? Well, over here, I'm going to show you how I achieved some of those looks. I'm also going to incorporate some get ready with me looks. Some looks that you can wear if you're going out with your spouse or hanging out with your friends, or maybe you got a special event or going to a special dinner and you just want to know how I can achieve a look like Miss Kammy. So over here, we're going to do just that. Okay? Full disclaimer, I am not a makeup artist. I'm not certified in anything. I am just a 54-year-old wife, mother, and grandmother of 4, soon to be 5, that likes to come upstairs to her glam room, close the door, shut the world out, and play in some wigs, play in some makeup, and have a little fun and give you that wow factor. Okay? So if that sounds like something that you might like or be interested in, keep on watching, and I'm going to show you how I go from grandma to grandma. As you can see, I've done my eyebrows. I've also applied my eyeshadow as well as my eyelashes to one eye just to kind of speed the process up. I've also already prepped my skin. I use the CeraVe Eye Repair Cream under both of my eyes. Sorry, I got that upside down. I've also applied the Supergoop sunscreen. I use SPF 40. And then I go in with my 24-hour moisturizer by Pond's. This is the one with the blue label. You always want to prep your skin before applying your foundation, okay? Before I start on my eyeshadow, oh, also I've already put concealer on both of my, of course, on my eyes to prep for the eyeshadow. I use these little eye guards. That's what I call them. I'll put the proper term for them down in the description below. They're also linked in my Amazon storefront if you're interested in these. I apply these up under my eye, right at the corner. And under there, that helps to catch some of the fallout from the eyeshadow. Okay. And this cute little headband, this also keeps your hair back, your wig back, whichever. And if it also comes with the wristbands. If you're washing your face, it keeps the water from going down your elbows. This also will be linked in the description below. They're also available in my Amazon storefront. You get a set of 3 or 4, I believe. Okay, but like I said, I'll have all that linked down in the description. So let's get started. I'm going to be using 2 palettes today. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay. This one is Born to Run palette. I'm going to be using that one, and the Juvia's Place Chocolate palette. Okay, those are the 2 palettes I'm going to be using to create this look, as well as a black matte eyeshadow. All right. So the first thing I'm going to go into is my transition shade. I'm going to use the color Accelerate, which is located right here. I'm going to use that. And I'm going to apply that with my Sigma brush. And this is the large E60 Sigma brush, as you can see. And I'm just going to go dap into the color. And you want to get into the crease, okay? I try to just tap it in real good first before I do any swiping. Once I got it in good, then I swipe back and forth. Like I said, this is my transition shade. I'm just going for a simple everyday look. It's a look that you could go out, on your date with your significant other, out with the girls, just hanging out. It's not too much, not too little. I think it's just enough. And I go in there with that. I kind of go down the inside of my lid, back out, and I just swipe back and forth, okay? Then I go in with another Sigma brush. This one is the Blending E25 brush. Okay. And I'm going to go into my chocolate palette, and I'm going to use this one here. This doesn't have a color, but it's this one here. As you can see, this is my favorite. You can almost see the pan. I'm going to go in with that. And I'm also going to go into the crease, kind of pat it in, and then we're going to swipe. Okay, back and forth, back and forth. This is also another transition shade, okay? You can also take the other brush that you were using to apply the accelerator, the orange color, and just kind of go back over it a little bit so you don't lose any of the payoff. Okay? You just want to blend, 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 okay? This is one of my this is a quick do. It doesn't take all day. It's pretty much 3 colors. Once I've done that, I go in. This is a cream black. I got this off of Amazon as well. It'll be linked in the description below. And then I go in there with this. You can use your finger if you like. I go in with my Sigma brush. This is this is a pencil E30 brush. It's real small, kind of pointy. You can see that. And I just dap in there a little bit, and I go over the bottom lid with it. Okay, you want to just get all the bottom of that lid with that. It gives the matte black something to adhere to. Okay, you don't want to go all the way up the lid. You just want to stay towards the bottom of the lid and just tap it in. Get it in good. Make sure you get around the edge near your eyelashes. Okay. Once you've done that, then you want to take your matte black. This just says O2. I also got this off of Amazon. If I can find it, I will link it in the bottom in my Amazon storefront as well. This is just a regular blending brush. It's no particular brand. I also got this off Amazon. I will link that as well. This came with a whole set of brushes. I'll link that in my Amazon storefront also. And you want to just tap in. Just get you some off of there. And you want to tap on top of the cream black. Okay? Just go into it and just tap. Tap, tap, tap. You want to tap it in good before you start swiping, okay? Get it on there real good. And then once you get it in there, you just want to kind of swipe back and forth. Okay. And see what I was meaning by the tape? It catches all of that fallout. That's what I like. So you don't have a lot you have to clean up. Tap it in real good. Okay. Now you want to swipe because you don't want to leave any harsh lines. Okay. So you want to swipe. Continue tapping it in, and you want to swipe. Like I said, you don't want any harsh lines. Okay. All right. Then you're going to go back in with your blending brush that you were using for the brown. You want to go back into your chocolate palette or your brown, whichever you're using. All right. And you want to go back in and swipe again where you had it in your crease, because we don't want to have any harsh lines. Okay. Just want to swipe back and forth, back and forth. Then you go back in with your brush with the orange. And you want to go back again lightly, not too much. Okay. And then you just kind of look at both eyes and kind of see what you're working with. And you just want to go back and forth until you have them. They don't have to be identical, but you want the look to be as near the same as possible, okay, as far as your colors. You don't want one eye to be lighter than the other, or one to look like it has more than the one has more eyeshadow than the other eye, okay? So I just kind of go back and forth looking, trying to see if they're pretty much the same. Okay. All right, we're back. As you can see, I put my other eyelash on. Eyelashes, I am still working on that. I use my fingers. It's still hard for me. Not hard, but it's not as perfect as some people do. So I just do it off camera because I figure you don't want to see that. So one of the tricks, once I put on my eyelashes, that I like to do, I'll go in with my matte black. And I'll just take some and go across the band part with this. I mean, the glue is still drying, of course, but I still like to, I feel like it just looks a little more seamless or flawless when you put some black across the top of your, and because I have black at the bottom, I'm not being perfect with it. Now, if you weren't doing black, of course, you'd have to be a little bit more precise when you put this on, but I like to go across the band with that, okay? And then I take my mascara, and this is by Morphe Black, and just go up under. I don't do the full lash. I just like to go under just in case any of my eyelashes may be poking out. So I like to just kind of go under that with that just to make sure, because that is kind of like the worst. You've got on fake eyelashes, but your eyebrows are kind of, your eyelashes are sticking out. So I kind of like to go under there and make sure. Just kind of go on and wiggle a little bit with that. Okay. All right. Now, once that's done, I go in with my Rimmel London Mattifying Stay Matte Primer. All right. And I go up under my eyes, a little bit on my forehead. Just kind of there. I don't put a lot, at least what I don't think is a lot. And I just rub it in. Okay. Use whatever primer that you have, whatever works for you. Oh, and as far as the eyelashes, I just use my local beauty supply eyelashes. This is 5D Broadway Limited Edition, BLT01. And you get 5 pairs of eyelashes for $5.99. Nothing special or spectacular. I will put this in the description box below as well, just in case your local beauty supply carries this brand. I use whatever eyelashes that I like that gives me a look. I use wispy, I use everyday eyelashes, just whatever you like. There are all sorts of eyelashes out there, but that is what I use mostly, because when you are a content creator and you are doing makeup all the time, unfortunately, I do not spend a lot on eyelashes because I don't really wear them every day. I do have some nice eyelashes, but I don't apply them unless I'm going on vacation or I'm going, you know, to a special event or something like that. But mostly when I'm doing my videos, I just use that. And to me, they still look just as nice as if you spent a lot of money on other eyelashes, okay? And I do apply them over and over several times, okay? Once you do that, what I like to do is I apply a little powder, because as you can see, I have the deep inset, or I don't know if that's what you want to call it, or crease up under my eyes. So I use the Laura Mercier, and I only have medium deep. This is what I use. Sometimes I go in with the Fenty. I'm out of that, so I'm not even going to show that. All right. I also use the Rimmel by London Stay Matte Fix and Go primer. I use the little wedge sponge, and I just spray it. Okay. And I go in my powder a little bit, tap a little off or blow, and I just put a little under my eye in the crease part. People always ask me, how do I make that appear to be smoother in my videos? Also, you have to remember there are filters on the videos as well, but this does help, I must say, in real time, real life, whatever you want to call it. So I always tell people, when you're looking at videos, you got to remember a lot of videos are heavily filtered. I don't care, a lot of them are heavily filtered. I can't even talk today. I don't apply a lot, but I do put a little under my eye. This is something that I learned from Jackie Aina. I'm not saying she's the originator, but that is where I learned it from, okay? before anybody comes for me in the comments about that. Okay, after I do that, I take my setting spray, shake it up a little bit, and I spray my whole face. Okay, it's dry. I go in with my concealer, and I am using Too Faced Born This Way. This one is Toffee. This is the Toffee. You can use this, and theirs you can use for contouring, concealing, highlighting, or retouching. Okay, but I'm using mine for concealer. And I go under my eye, right into the crease with it. Okay. All right. I'm going to let that set just a little bit, and then I'm going to, I use different foundations. Today I'm going to use Born This Way foundation. It's Sable is the color. I'm not really for sure. It looked good when I bought it out the store. I'm not really for sure how it's going to look, so we're going to learn today how it looks on me. All right. And it is a pump. Okay. So I'm just going to put a couple of dabs. I'm not going to do too much. Oh my goodness. I'm making a mess. Making a mess. Making a mess. All right. All right. I'm going to go in with my blender. It's not a beauty blender. This is another blender that I got off Amazon as well. You can get at your local beauty supply. Like I said, I'm not really for sure if beauty blenders is the truth or not. I can't tell you because, like I said, I just like to have fun in makeup and I use whatever works. Okay, and I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to go in. Some people use a foundation brush. I've tried that. I just like how the blender works as far as putting on my foundation. I just feel like it gets it in there good without applying too much. Okay. And color looks okay. I think when you're in the store and you're purchasing your foundation, I don't know if it's the lights, and the foundation looks different when you're in the store. That's why sometimes you have to take the foundation back, because when you get home under different lights, you're like, oh, I don't like that. It's too light, it's too dark. And once I've done my face real good, then I kind of go around, because of course you don't want to have a sharp line here. So I don't go all the way under, especially when I'm wearing black or white or something like that. I just kind of, just a little bit under there. Okay. And I don't do a lot of foundation. I mean, honestly, I just want to have that more of a put together look without doing too much, especially for daytime. Now, when I'm going to an event, of course, yeah, I beat the face, as we say. I beat the face. But, you know, if I'm just going to hang out or going out to dinner or something like that with my husband or hanging out with the girls, I don't put a whole lot. You know, I don't just go, what they say, go ham with the foundation. Okay, once I do that, kind of look, see how it looks. Okay, I think I'm happy with it. Then I'm going to go back in with my sponge, my wedge, spray it again. Now I'm going to go in with under the concealer. I'm going to dab in my concealer, or blend in. I'm going to learn to talk correctly. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm going to get my words together. Like I said, this is my first video. I'm not perfect, but hopefully the more videos I make, the better I'll get. All right, so work with me, work with me. So I'm going in with the concealer. I'm just lightly, I'm not pressing hard, but I'm lightly tapping it in. Kind of bringing it down just a little bit, not too much. And again, following up all the way up to my eyeshadow. See how that kind of helps give it that cut. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Anybody else make faces when they're doing their makeup? Oh. So I'm going to go up just a little bit with the concealer. Okay. Under the eye a little bit. All right. And you just want to make sure it's blended, 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 blended. Okay. I always spray again, and then I move over to the other eye. Okay. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Again, I go up towards the eyeshadow. All right. Go up under the eye. And your tap, and then make sure you bring it down a little bit. All right. Like I said, this is what I consider a light beat. Not too much. Okay. And then you want to make sure, again, like I said, bring it down. Down. Okay. All right. Now, before I go in with my powder, I'm going to go back with my concealer, and I'm going to get up under the chin, above the lips, a little bit on the forehead. I'm not going to do too much. Sometimes I go a little too heavy up here. And then I'm going to come down the center of my nose to highlight that part. Okay. Then I'm going to go in with the tip of the blender, with the tip. Okay. I'm going to spray it. And then I'm going to go back into my translucent powder. Blow it off. And then I'm going to set the concealer under my eyes. I know a lot of people that do not do that. That is just something that I do. But there's a difference. Something else that I do. I don't just let it sit. I just tap it in. I go ahead. I don't let it sit. I don't let it bake. Whatever words you want to use. I go in. I just tap it in real good. Both sides. Okay. Then I go back with the butt of it where I did the foundation. And I kind of just go back over it with that. Just to kind of, it's just something that I do. Because I don't really want it to just be real light. So I go back over it with the butt of the sponge. I didn't add any more foundation or anything like that. And then I just kind of go over where I brought it down at. Okay. Okay. All right. Now we're going to take the fat part of the wedge. See, I don't be using a lot of products. I don't have 100 different brushes. And then I tap in where I did the other concealer, okay? Just tap it in where you want it. I might kind of spread mine out just a little bit. And remember, I'm going to go back over it with my blending sponge. Okay? Right now I'm just trying to get it in there. Okay? Tap, 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 tap. Get up here on the forehead. Another thing, I also take my my band where I was using to melt my lace. I also go ahead and take that off because I'm heavy-handed and I tie it so tight, which leaves that demarcation line. So I try to take it off earlier. I didn't take it off as early this time, but I try to go ahead and take it off. Okay, once you got everything tapped in, then I take my sponge again, and I just want to go to hit those edges, okay? And then I kind of go over it just a little bit, but I want to hit those edges before I put any powder on that, okay? And then I'm going to take just a little bit of powder, not a lot, just a little bit of it, and just go in with it, just to kind of set it a little bit. Okay. You just want to dab it in really good. Okay. Then again, I go over it. I don't add any more foundation. Main thing, you want to hit those edges, make sure it's blended good. I don't want to see a line. So, okay. All right. I go over top, go around it. Okay. Now, after that, I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place bronzer. This is deep dark. All right, you just want to get you a brush. This is another of my, this is BS Mauve flat angle brush. Also, came in the same kit with the other brushes that I got off of Amazon. And I'm going to go into the dark color to do my contour. Okay. I don't do too much contouring because I'm out of my Fenty that I like. And every time I go into Ulta to purchase it, they don't have it. And so I went online to order it, but of course it has not come in yet. So I'm going to use my bronzer palette. Okay. Now, you could do this. I know a lot of people say you shouldn't do that because when you're not walking around with your face like that, but that's what I do. Then I go across the top. All right, and I get up there right into the hairline. Okay, you can move this back, get around those edges. Okay, and I also just kind of take that up under there, up under the chin, around there. It's just what I do. Okay, then I go in also, this is the Saharan Blush Volume 1 by Juvia's Place as well. Okay, and I'll go in with that same brush, and for my blush, let's see, I may do Neo. Let's see how the Neo looks. See how pigmented that is? Get on the cheeks. After I've gotten my contour, my blush on, and everything, I then go in and set the face before I do my any highlighting or anything like that. Okay. So you can melt everything in. Okay. I'm gonna go in with my MAC Chestnut pencil. I think everybody knows MAC Chestnut. I think everybody has that. All right. I'm gonna wipe off my lip chap. Okay. I'm gonna go in, line my lips. Then I'm going in with the Juvia's Place, and this one, I don't know what name. This was number 2020. This is by Juvia's Place. Put that in. And then I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place So Glazed lip gloss. Everything that I'm applying to my face will be in the description box. Okay. And I just go over. Just to kind of give me a nude look. Okay. I also use the Juvia's Place highlighter. This one's 3418. The Heron, what is this? Heron Glow. This is what this one is. And I just go on the tip of my nose with it. Try not to do too much. Down the bridge, just a little bit. Sometimes I'll take a brush because, yeah, it's a little bit too much. All right. I'm going to take that same deep dark bronzing palette, and I'm just going to use that to go I don't know if something was on that brush. Let's see. I think that's why you have to make sure that you clean your brushes, people. Clean your brushes. All right, I think that was something. So I'm going to go over that. I think there was something on that brush. I'm not going to delete that because, hey, this is real life. This is. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Okay. Some of that highlighter, okay? Man, let me see if I can find a clean brush. Okay. And you always want to go up into the eyebrows with that if you contour your nose, okay? All right. Let me tell you, a dirty brush can mess up a look, okay? It can definitely mess up a look. All right. I'm going to also, with that chocolate palette that I used to highlight my brow bone, I'm going to also go into my tear ducts with that. I'm going to use that same color, which is this one here. Cut a little bit off. I'm going to go right in there. Okay. All right. So this is pretty much the finished look. All right. Let me know. Make sure you leave me a comment at the bottom what you think, anything I can improve on. Like I said, it's my first YouTube video. Of course, things are not perfect. However, I figured I wasn't going to try to make it perfect. You just got to press play and go for it. And people in the comments will definitely let you know what you need to work on, or what you'd like to see me do more of. Give me some suggestions for future videos. Anything you'd like to see me do more of, less of, as far as applying my makeup. Parts that you think I could skip, parts you do want to see. Just let me know. Just any thoughts, comments, leave them down below. Make sure if you enjoyed the video that you subscribe, like, as well as comment. And don't forget to go and check me out on Instagram as well as TikTok. I would love for you to come over there and check me out. It's a little more fast-paced and everything, but it's fun. Like I said, doing makeup for me, it's just having fun. Eventually, I'll incorporate a little more of Get Ready With Me so you can see the full outfit. And yeah, this is the finished look. This is how I go from being grandma to grandma.